either. So
They pray in Canada.
he just kind of came out and had that accent, and I was like, he talks funny.
Really, maybe you're just gonna alienate all our Canadian listeners. You know, I pressed record like 20 seconds ago.
Oh, we're recording right now? Oh,
We are live. We are live via Skype. YouTube and Google Hangouts has forsaken us. And we were trying to bust this rating slump that we're in. And we are back in a two-man booth. Anthony's out on assignment, some kind of wedding anniversary in the streets of Portland.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm your host, Tommy. Theron is out in Dallas. Theron, what is up, man, on Thursday night?
Not Kyler Murray. He's not up. He's actually down. He has nothing to do with wrestling. I just wanted to say that to all our Arizona fans who think that the Cardinals will be good. They will not be good. They don't have an offensive line. They don't have anyone with Patrick Peterson. And Kyler Murray and his spread offense with Cliff Kingsbury will fail.
Wow. You've cut promos on Canada and the state of Arizona in the first minute of this podcast.
To be real, he'll probably have a great fantasy season. So I'd pick him up because he's probably going to have to throw the ball a lot because they're going to suck. But, I mean, seriously. I'm sorry. Every other quarterback that played in the game had a touchdown pass. He didn't have any.
Huh. Even Mike Glennon?
3 false starts. How do you get 3 false starts as the quarterback? Doesn't even make sense.
Because he's running that college air raid offense, man.
We ain't in college anymore, Toto. It's the man's league where men play football. I don't know why I'm hating on the Cardinals. If they're good, I'll probably jump on their bandwagon. But I don't see it.
Remember this podcast for December when they're in the playoffs and they're making that playoff run.
Yeah, a lot of wrestling stuff, though, since that's what we're supposed to be talking about. Many things have happened. All Out is soon. I don't know what day that's on. I think it's in the next 2 weeks.
16 days away from All Out, I believe.
16 days away from All Out and Jake Roberts and his All Out Women's Battle Royale 22 Blackjack. He's better than 21. He's better than the game. He's the dealer. He always wins, right?
He never held a WWE title, according to you, though.
I don't think he did, man. I'm pretty sure he didn't. I'm almost positive he never did.
Remember when he had that WCW run? Where he had a feud of Sting?
Yeah, he was like more evil than his. Oh, was he evil in WWE?
Remember he ruined Macho Man Elizabeth's wedding with the snake in the box?
That's right. He sicked the snake on the Macho Man and made him bite him. He told a funny story about that on the Joe Rogan podcast. You should look it up. It's pretty funny. It was a really good Macho Man impersonation. He made
the snake does a Macho Man impersonation?
Well, he's telling the story of that angle. Mm-hmm. And I guess, Macho Man is all Macho Man, like all the time. He's never, what's his real name? Terry Papa? Something like that? We'll just say that. R.I.P. Macho Man. I guess Macho was like, look, man, like, he's all macho. And he's like, we're going to do this. Like, we got to buy into it, man. Like, and he's like, I'm going to need you to have the snake bite you. So he made take the snake, like, take a bite, like in the back, like in the locker room, cold.
Because he didn't believe the snake was actually devenomized, so he wanted Jake the Snake to take the bite first, and he wouldn't let Jake the Snake leave and get like any antidote or anything. He had to watch him for like a half hour.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yep.
That's great. His name was Randall Mario Poffo.
Oh, Terry Poffo is the genius then.
I think that's Lenny Poffo.
Oh, Terry, Lenny, Randy.
Terry Bollea is Hulk Hogan. Once the Mega Powers, then they exploded. It's tragic.
I think they ran that into a WrestleMania 6 angle, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know. I don't remember.
WrestleMania 5, it's cool. WrestleMania 6 was the ultimate challenge between Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan.
Oh, the Mega Powers must have been the WrestleMania 5 tag team that imploded.
Yeah, exactly.
That was Macho Man and Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, man. It was, I think it was the Trump Plaza Casino, too.
Yeah, that does look like the Trump Plaza Casino. That's the one where they're in the back and he says those eyes covered Elizabeth and then he hits with the belt 1, 2, 3 for the belt, blah, blah, blah. Right?
Yeah, they hold WrestleMania 4 and WrestleMania 5 at the same casino in Atlantic City.
I should totally watch those.
Yeah, man.
We couldn't afford pay-per-view when I was a little tyke. So
but the VHSs, man.
You couldn't afford those. Here, you eat these Scooby snacks instead. I'm just kidding.
Legit Scooby snacks, eh?
No, I don't remember what my mom gave. It wasn't Scooby snacks, so that's dog food. But
No, they actually make Scooby snacks for kids now, sir.
well, it's 2019. Everything's happening in 2019. So, um, but yeah, what's going on in current wrestling? What's happening? What are we talking about? I got a lot of stuff in my notes here.
You got notes, man. We don't got a show outline. Anthony's on assignment. You should follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and that's pretty much it. iTunes. This episode
Hey
went up on
man,
iTunes, but
you have an iPhone, right?
I do have an iPhone. Why are you switching to Samsung? I heard that's a
I don't
rumor.
know if I'm
Real
gonna
man.
switch yet. I don't know, man. Just to be different from the norm, bro. Just to be different from the conformist norm, bro.
You
Just
want a Galaxy Note?
I haven't bought any phones. I don't get
Okay.
it. I don't get an option on a new phone until like when did I come see you guys? When was Royal Rumble? Like end of January, right? So that's when I got that trap phone. So I'll be able to get whatever phone I want around then. So I'm just like pondering. I'm like, I don't know, but I don't really want to switch because iTunes, our shows on iTunes, Skype is not FaceTime. If I ever come into a wife someday, she's gonna want to FaceTime. She's not gonna want to Skype. Sorry, sorry, Skype.
You're selling out Skype while we're on Skype recording our podcast.
I'm the ultimate heel. What do you want from me?
Bros before heels, man. How's your Match.com profile going, man? Or that was another room in the room mill.
Oh, hey, listen, man. It's just like it's great. It's just call me Matthew McConaughey and Dazed and Confused.
All right. You do not want to be Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, girl, got a mustache, man.
That's how I feel, bro. Just wait. I'm gonna show up with a stash, man. I'm like, yeah, man. High school. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that, Corey.
Dude, that go, man. It's not appropriate for 2019. That's very cool. And whenever that movie came out, which was,
but it was hilarious, man. It was so funny.
I haven't watched that movie in like 15 years, probably.
I haven't either. I haven't watched it since like '04 when I lived in that shanty.
Oh my god, man, that shanty, man.
I used to watch it like every day, dude. I used to watch it all the time, man. It was a great movie. Party at the Moon Tower. You can always say that.
You can say Party at the Moon Tower for sure, man.
Yeah, but no, I mean my notes are mostly from like I guess we could touch on AEW. Like, are you excited for All Out? I mean, are you still hype? Are you still on the hype train of AEW? Like,
I was gonna mention something in our official Bros Rebel pre-show meeting, aka our text thread that we keep alive. Yeah. I think that AEW is doing really good with building up Shawn Spears, man. I was one of the doubters, man. You and Anthony were like ahead of the train on this one. I was one of the doubters. We still haven't seen him wrestle very much, but character-wise, man, he's doing pretty damn good as a heel, dude. Like in these videos, he's in this look, man, and with Tully Blanchard on his side, like that's some good healing, man. He's really good. So I'm excited for Shawn Spears. I think they're doing good with that. And then Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley. Damn, that's gonna be a really good match. So I'm into it, man.
Yeah, that's funny because I was watching the video today, and then remembering the All Out 3 Road to All Out. I think that was the contract signing, maybe 2. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And it's like Tully and Shawn show up, and they're waiting for Cody. They call Cody. He's like training somewhere, and he just like hangs up. He ignores the call, and then he shows up. They start talking, as in Tully and Shawn, and he doesn't say anything. He just signs the contract and leaves, and that's when you like buy right into the angle. And now like having Tully in this corner, you said there's videos of him. I don't even know. I got to look for those. Like I haven't heard him cut many promos. I just remember saying, "Wow!" I remember when Tommy said Ty Dillinger sucked.
Because he did, man. I didn't even like him when he was in NXT, man. It's like cool. He's got a cool like catchphrase and everything, but man, he just like his whole character and his whole like.
He was just based on that perfect 10 thing. That was the only reason people liked him too. Which that's all it takes is like lightning in the bottle, like just saying 10 a lot. But he never really sold you on why he should be on the. Well, I mean, maybe he didn't have a chance. I don't know. Needless to say, AEW does this cool like by the numbers thing. So they had some numbers from like this feud. Like I didn't even know that Shawn Spears and Cody Rhodes were a tag team in OVW.
That's crazy, man. Ohio Valley Wrestling, man. It's going way back.
That's crazy. That's crazy to think that Ty Dillinger was in NXT for that long. Or did he get fired and come back? I mean, OVW turned into NXT or whatever, FCW then. Mm-hmm. Point of the story is, 13 years ago, they were a tag team. and then I guess Cody called him a good hand, and now you're getting this story arc of like, no, I'm not a hand, I am the perfect 10. And then you got Tully Blanchard, who wrestled Dusty Rhodes on 187 separate occasions, so they throw that in there. And then Brandy Rhodes just cut a promo. I don't even know what she has to do with the feud besides it's her husband, but
I heard
there's a
she cut a really
promo.
good promo. Yeah, I just saw that on YouTube right now. I was
I was
gonna.
like, oh,
Yeah,
and
so I
then
guess. So I guess Shawn Spears' story. He started with WWE in 2006 with
wow,
OVW, and then he went to ECW briefly, and then he got fired in 2009, and he came back in 2013.
okay, so he did the typical wrestler thing where he was there, got fired, went to the Indies, I'm assuming, or
Mm-hmm.
wherever, and came back.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty gnarly, man. It's a good story. They got a good pay per view coming. Is this is a pay per view, right? You can't get this free on Bleacher Report.
It is not, man. It's $49.99, I think, probably, which is a lot of
Well,
money.
I don't have that, but I do have $9.99. Yeah, I'm excited. Kenny Omega versus Moxley. I almost called him his other name. And this is where we get Hangman Page versus Jericho, right?
Yeah,
That's
for
it.
the first AWW World Champion.
Yeah, and then that's going to turn into some stuff on their premiere show. So kudos to AEW. I think they have a different formula. You know, they got a lot of different things. They got the Luchasaurus. Um, they have the girl, the girl. They have the Luchasaurus. They have all the star power. They got Jungle Boy, and their star power is people that like either A have been wrestling for a long time. Like I remember the Bucks when they were Generation Me, and that was when I actually liked Impact.
That's
I was
wild,
like, I
man.
really hate these two guys, but
Mm-hmm.
that's what you want, right? You want the heels that you hate, and now they're like part owners of the company. Cody Rhodes setting trends and blazing sound. You know, Kenny Omega, the cleaner. I'm excited for AEW. I think they're doing it right. I know it's like a little. I don't know if it's friendly or if it's like we're coming for you WWE, but I know WWE is still like the giant. You know, they just signed two giant mega TV contracts like last year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Going over to FS1, getting all that sponsoring. But you know, hey, AEW is like the little fish, but they're coming up. So I'm
Yeah,
excited to see what happens.
I think it is good because like I love NXT and I love WB, but like this is just like different. It's just like a different way of filming it, a different way of telling stories. It's just different. It's just pro wrestling, which we all love, and then it's just like a different way. It's not the WB way, which nothing wrong with that, and they change it up with how they do main roster to NXT. But this is like a whole like third different option, which is I'm
Which is
excited about.
cool. And
Yeah.
it'll be on TV every week, so you can tape it or
Hmm.
however you watch it. You know, so that is cool because obviously WWE has a formula. They're tweaking it a little bit in some areas, and then not in others, which hopefully we'll get to talk about that. But yeah, man, it's good stuff. You know, I'd support it. I'm waiting for the video game to come out. I don't know when it will.
And there was like some like rumor or like when Cody Rhodes like did like a Twitter Q&A or Reddit like Ask Me Anything where he said like they were working on an AEW game but they were doing it with the old No Mercy WrestleMania NWO versus WCW Revenge, like they're trying to make it that style.
Like THQ.
Yeah, like they were gonna work with like THQ. I don't think THQ is even a thing anymore or Aki or whatever. They were
They
working with
can't.
they're working with the company that made that game to make an AEW game. That's what he said he wanted to do.
Well, but it'll have Xbox One and PlayStation 4 graphics though,
I
right?
assume, yeah, but the same like grappling system and like very
Oh,
similar to that. But yeah, updated graphics and stuff like that. Yeah.
that could be cool, man. Look, bottom line is AEW is cool, despite Jim Cornette hating on them. But I'm pretty sure he hates on them just as much as he hates on the WWE and
Mm.
everything else. I don't even know what promotion he likes at this point. Maybe NWA, which apparently, and this is just something quick that we don't have to talk about. Billy Corgan claims that they're trying to get a TV deal, but I have no idea where their TV deal will come from. After he finishes up his tour with Smashing Pumpkins or whoever, whatever band he's in. So
It is Smashing Pumpkins. Good get.
yeah, so I guess we'll see if that happens. But and there you can see James Storm and you can see Eli Drake, which I don't know why Eli Drake's not in AEW or WWE because I think he'd fit in either one. I mean, whatever though, right?
Yeah, true.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know about NWA. I just know James Storm. They said James Storm and Magnus or
Magnus, James
Nick
Storm,
Aldis or whatever. Yeah.
Nick on this. Colt Cabana's there. They got some guy that looks like the Junkyard Dog's like son, but I don't know his name.
Son of JYD.
That's not his name. He has a whole nother name, but they got a national title. It looks like America.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. Then they got their world title, and then I don't really know much else about them, so we'll move on from that before we get stuck in it.
Probably should talk about WWE since they just had 4 shows back to back to back to back in Toronto.
Yeah, wait, 4 shows?
Yeah.
Oh, because they
NXT on
did
Saturday.
Summer.
Yeah, and Raw and SmackDown were in Toronto too.
Boy, we kind of blew those picks.
Yeah.
Really terrible. Do you want to talk about NXT first, and then SummerSlam, and then the Fallout?
Let's go to the big fish. Let's go to the main event, the main course, SummerSlam, and then work our way down to NXT and then the Fallout.
You told us that you gave SummerSlam a B-, to which I said a C+ because that's basically a B-.
Yeah.
Why did you feel that way?
That's a good question, man. It didn't feel like a Big Four show, man. It didn't feel like a Survivor Series or Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. It just felt like a regular, Clash of Champions, Extreme Rules, Backlash, or Great Balls of Fire. Yeah,
Great Balls of Fire. Oh
it felt like actually Great Balls of Fire might have been better because that's Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar, but I had Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman in a crazy match. But yeah, it just didn't feel like a big paper. It was good because I think it was only 8 or 9 matches, which is cool, and no match went longer than looks like 16 minutes.
Short.
Long, yeah. It was a short paper. It was only 3 hours and 30 minutes on the network, which is pretty good. They've gone 4 or 5 hours before, which is nice. So I didn't get to watch until Monday afternoon, but it was an easy watch. But it just didn't feel like much happened really. It was just like, okay, Owens beat McMahon, okay, Flair beat Stratus, okay. But nothing really. I think the main event was the best match on the card, though. I think you agree with that too, right? Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar was the best match.
Oh yeah, man. Like my initial reaction to this whole thing, which I like the opener, Lynch versus Natalya. That was a good story. I was like trying to call him like, so maybe she's gonna, because Natalya was like, that was the only thing that really, I don't even want to say it bothered me. I was just like, oh, that's a bad story, because she said in her last promo she was like, you'll break my arm and I still won't tap. So I was expecting her to break her arm, and she didn't. Maybe she did. She was wearing a sling. We'll get to that later. She had her in that arm bar, and, she tapped out. But I thought that was cool. But yeah, like McMahon and KO was obviously predictable. I was like, there's no way McMahon wins again. And then that was a really short match. Like there wasn't much. It was like a couple spots here, get rid of Elias, cannonball, stunner, match, and then Trish Stratus versus Charlotte. I still don't really know what the point of that was. Like, it was the longest match on the card, but I don't know why. I guess as I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, so Trish Stratus was the era that I didn't watch. I mean, I knew of her from like early on in her career, but everything she did, I missed all of that because I wasn't watching wrestling. So I guess in the sense of just adding accolades to Charlotte's resume. So you beat Asuka when she was undefeated. You beat the old original queen or whatever. You're 7 or 8 time world champion or women's champion. So I guess in padding the stats, that's fine. But I just wasn't bought in. And then Goldberg, Ziggler, I don't get it. I guess Ziggler's just on a heel run of jobbing. So his job is to just job to everyone.
Yeah, did he lose to Kevin Owens really short, like at Extreme Rules or some pay-per-view? Yeah,
he did. He lost to him, and then he took like 3 spears from Goldberg. Tried to fight Miz the next night, lost to the. Well, I don't even know if he lost to the Miz. And then there was no tag title defenses unless they were on the pre-show. No tag titles were defended.
Nope.
No intercontinental.
Just the women's tag titles was defended. Yeah.
Oh, okay. The women tag, but that was on the pre-show.
Pre-show, yeah. Pre-show does not count. Yeah, really.
No Raw or SmackDown tag title defenses. Not discrediting the women. Shout out Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. But it did. It felt like just a B show. It didn't feel like an A show. Like SummerSlam is supposed to be the next best thing to WrestleMania, according to WWE. And it was just kind of like, and then we get to the main event, and you get an actual match between Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins that was actually really good.
That
And
was the longest Brock Lesnar match probably in a while. It was chalked
yeah,
at 13 minutes long.
I would think that was long. That was hasn't been that long since like Cena. That's what I think.
I think you might be right, man.
Yeah, and then I was mad at the world title match because like they got this story, they kind of built it up, got me invested, and then they had like a no contest. I was like, I don't understand. Like,
Yeah, you don't do that like at one of your big major pay-per-views. You have a decisive finish. You don't do a double count-out finish at one of your major pay-per-views. I feel like that's kind of feels cheap.
yeah, and now you have to wait. I think the next big one's going to be Survivor Series, right?
That's the next big. Yeah, we got Clash of the Champions and Hell in the Cell in between it. Yeah.
So I mean, you're telling me I have to wait. So Randy Orton's spot in this world title story will probably be up before Survivor Series, maybe, most likely.
Possibly, yeah. I think they're building to a Hell in the Cell match. So they're saying.
Hell no.
That's just all the way in October, man. So I don't know if they can, they can
Wow.
make it.
Yeah, see, like I don't know. I was happy with Seth Rollins versus Lesnar. I was really happy with that, especially when Rollins actually won, which I'm sorry, I think I bet against you, Rollins. I'll never do that again. Everything I've been saying about him on our last shows in the last few weeks, I guess I'm gonna eat my own words. Like he proved something in this one because he went out there on his own with the ribs and he actually won the match. I think he got his swagger back, like Jay-Z.
Yeah, something about killing a man got the dagger back.
Yeah, that's it. He did get the. Oh shoot! You know what? I just realized something. That's an
What's
illicit
up?
reference to Jay-Z allegedly stabbing somebody over Charlie Baltimore. Oh,
About the blueprint.
yeah, Jay-Z now has a stake in the NFL.
I heard that, man. Colin Kaepernick is not happy.
He's not.
That's what I heard, man. I don't know if that's just
Are,
like people talking on
are you
Twitter. Is it
sure
Colin?
he's not happy, or are the people not happy because of the whole kneeling thing? Because Jay-Z, he's a savage, man. He was like, "Hey, like what? We get it now. You kneeled." And then he's like, "Do you know why we kneeled? Do you know why?" And he asked like all the media that were asking him, and they're like, "It was for social." He's like, "All right, cool. Well, we understand now, so let's just move on from that, like it didn't happen."
You can't do that, man.
Anyway,
Nothing's changed.
no, nothing has changed, and he was like, "We'll use this as like we'll bring about change this way," but. Jay-Z is a capitalist. Jay-Z is a smart businessman, and that's
Yeah.
why he's a billionaire, the first hip-hop billionaire ever. So,
What about
more
Dr.
power to
Dre?
him. I don't think he quite reached the billionaire platform. I think he was like right there.
Ah, gotcha.
And shout out to Jay-Z and his dreadlocks. I don't know how he has so much hair when he's like 52.
Jay-Z's got dreadlocks now. What the hell?
Yeah, man, look him up. He's got like Afro dreads.
Oh
Yeah,
man, I saw him having a meeting with Roger Goodell. That's all I saw.
yeah, those are dreadlocks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well then. Yeah, but I think that my second favorite part was the Fiend, man. The Fiend debut and just him, his whole entrance, his whole like persona, his music, is trying to snap Finn Balor's neck like a madman.
Yep, that was awesome, right? And then he has like a lantern to with the lantern is Bray Wyatt's head. With the eyes closed with a green light. So like, I love the storyline. I love the arc. I love the push of the Fiend. He's a pre-sale character on WWE 2K20, so that'll be cool. And
Yeah,
yeah,
huge push, man.
yeah, the
Huge
story
push.
of that was cool too because Finn Balor wore like white. White's typically associated with like purity and good, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the Fiend kind of destroyed him with the mandible. I guess the mandible claw is one of his new finishers.
Yeah, Mick Foley passed it down to him.
Well, he did when?
I heard like an interview. I don't know. He didn't officially do it. I think it was just like a radio interview or something. But yeah, he's like giving it to him. He's like, yeah, it's like my time's up and I can't use it anymore. So I'd be honored if uh, whatever his name is, Bray Wyatt used it.
That's the Fiend to you, sir.
With the Fiend. Sorry, man. I keep wanting to call him Bray Wyatt, but I don't know if you can call him the
I don't
Fiend Bray
know.
Wyatt or just the Fiend or.
Does he go? Did they refer to him as Bray Wyatt at all? Like on the Firefly Funhouse? Like, does he have a name?
That's a good question, man. I don't know where they for. I just know he says Yowie Wowie a lot.
Yeah, they were yelling that in the crowd. They were
Were they?
chanting Wowie
Are you
Wowie.
serious? That's awesome, Canada.
Yeah, they kept chanting that, and I was like, oh, okay, And then like at one point in the match, he was like fighting within himself, but he obviously ended up finishing the match. So we'll see what they do with that character. That's going to be a good character. It's like a new dark twisted character, akin to like when they brought out Kane or the Undertaker, and
Mhm.
can be a soul stealer, man. I like it. So
I hope he stays undefeated until he wins the belt, man. I hope
yeah,
they
I
have
hope
the
he wins the
balls to
belt.
do that. That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool. They should do it because then like he can make it part of his funhouse.
Rambling Rabbit.
Yeah, Rambling Rabbit and Husky Pig or whatever that pig's name is, and
I don't know.
Sister Abigail, and I forget the other characters on the show.
This is a Vince McMahon devil character on there one time.
Oh, it's still yeah, it's a recurring. That's a recurring role. It appears from time to time. Anything else big from SummerSlam that we missed that I can't think of?
Not really, man. I think we covered, like you said, it was a B minus C plus show, man. It just wasn't very. It was cool. It was like cool to watch. Nothing like really disappointing. Not too many highs, not too many lows. And I think probably the last two segments were my favorite. The Fiend and then Rollins versus Lesnar were probably the last two.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was waiting so much for that Fiend segment. I was like, I just want to see how this is going to happen because we haven't seen Bray Wyatt in the ring in so long. And then like it was just so awesome. He's got like a new redone version of his song with a little bit more of a scarier edge to it, and he still sells.
That's cool, man. So on Raw, I'm trying to think what happened on Raw, even though I just watched it.
I was asleep through most of it, which is terrible. The opening segment, oh geez, I don't even remember. I know the Street Profits were there.
The Street Profits were there, man. Angelo Dawkins had a hangover from the SummerSlam after party.
Who was at that after party? EC3?
Of course, the EC3 bid.
Yeah. What happened on Raw? Rollins came out. That was the opening segment. Came out with his title and his like street clothes. The OC come out. So you get Styles v Rollins. So I guess that's going to be the next Rollins feud. That was the opening segment.
And then Samoa Joe choked out Sami Zayn.
Yeah, because Sami Zayn was talking trash about him. So like, what do you think? You think Samoa will turn face? I mean, he just kind of said like, "Screw you people for thinking that I attack Roman Reigns."
I thought he was. I thought they were building to that, and he beats up a heel, so I thought that. But then he gets on the mic and just berates the WWE universe. So
I don't think
maybe not, man.
I don't think they know yet. They might tween him up. I don't know. I mean, he should stay a heel. He's
really
a good
at
face. He's a better. You can't turn all your good heels face. Like you already got Kevin Owens in the face push. You don't need to really turn Samoa Joe. Unless you do a double turn and Rollins turns heel, but I don't think they're going to turn
Rollins. No, man, I love double turns, but yeah, I don't think they're going to turn Rollins either. I think they're building up a lot for Fox in October when they get debut on Fox, and they said they're going to do the brand split again.
Oh wait, they're going to wait. What? Oh, so hold on a second. Timeout. Flag on the play. I just blew my whistle. I threw my flag. This is an excessive end zone celebration like Key and Peele. What do you mean they're going to do the brand split again? I thought they were split already. Are you just telling me that wild card rule was just a way for them to like get people to be on both brands and they just kind of wash that under the rug so they don't talk about the wild card rule anymore?
Yeah, when's the last time? I haven't heard the wild card rule like in a month, man. To be honest, yeah, I think they kind of melded the roster to boost up ratings, and then is kind of hoping no one pays attention, just kind of float into October. Because yeah, man, like
float into October. What is this? A boat ride?
Yeah, nice boat ride. Just relax, guys.
What are you doing with that wiffle ball bat, Vince McMahon? Why are you dressed like Eric Cartman right now?
Huh? Yeah, man. So, yeah, I don't think they've been playing. I don't even know who's on which roster anymore, man. It just feels like
I don't know.
Like the New Day and Kofi shows up on Raw. Like Roman Reigns shows up on Raw. Like then the women's. Yeah, I don't know, man.
It looks. Owens is on SmackDown. Zayn is on Raw. Reigns is on SmackDown. Samoa Joe is on. I don't even remember.
That's the point. Yeah, I don't even remember. I think Almas is on SmackDown, but he wrestled a 2 out of 3 falls match of Rey Mysterio on Raw.
Made Rey Mysterio sad.
It did, man. They say they're building up to his retirement. His kid, like, coming up.
Where is this kid at right now?
Just training. Still, he's not ready for his first match yet. So he's got to go through NXT and stuff.
Is he going to get the mask?
That's a good question, man.
Even though That'd be cool. Know what he looks like.
Yeah. Well, you know who Rey Mysterio looks like if you go back to WCW in like 99, 2000.
Or if you go back to 2 weeks ago when Andrade almost took his mask off.
Randy
Sorry.
Orton took his mask off like 2 or 3 months ago.
Exactly.
It's
That's
just
terrible.
constant disrespect to Mysterio. He should go to AEW, to be honest.
Yeah, it's 2019 though. Apparently, we can do these things. Sweep it under the rug like the wild card rule. Yeah, man. It sounds like that's what they're doing. I mean, they're doing it so much that they're now relaunching the King of the Ring tournament, which I guess is going to conclude at Hell in the Cell. I don't remember.
Clash of Champions, yeah, on middle of September.
Let's just hope Baron Corbin doesn't win because he's in the tournament. I'm
Oh
just gonna put
gosh, man, yeah.
it. I don't know where Lacey Evans is. She's probably wandering the Raw locker room with no direction right
I
now.
thought she had a dark. I think she might have had a dark match at a main event or whatever.
She had a dark match. She's already been pushed to the main event. Oh my god.
I
Jeez.
think they're just trying to. She needs work, man. She shouldn't
I
be up.
know.
So they gotta just let her do a main event for the rest of the year or whatever.
How do you go from main eventing like 3 pay-per-views in a row to just we're just gonna put you on the main event now. It's cool. No one
WWE
cares
is trying
about
to like cover up their mistakes, man. Like the wild card rule, like pushing Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin too much.
That's smart. We haven't seen Baron Corbin on TV in a while. I just know he's in the tournament. He probably will lose.
Who's gonna? Let me read you the names real quick of who's gonna win the tournament. Or who's in the tournament from Raw. So these wrestlers are definitely on the Raw roster. The Miz, Ricochet, Cedric Alexander, Samoa Joe, Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, Sami Zayn, and Cesaro. And then from the SmackDown side, the eight more people: Kevin Owens, Ali, Apollo Crews, Chad Gable, Elias, Andrade, Buddy Murphy, and Shelton Benjamin. Man, I see a lot of winners in this. It's
So
gonna be
do
a tough
I.
tournament. Be a tough tournament.
Ricochet jumps out. Who else? Cedric Alexander. I'm just picking. That's terrible. But those two, I can see Ali winning it because I think Kofi Kingston inadvertently took his spot in the push of life, but that could be a good thing. Buddy Murphy could win it. Jeez,
Could
man,
Chad Gable win it? All
no.
right, now, man. No, man. He had so much hope.
Is he
Could
on 205 Live now? No, he's not. I've been
I
watching
think
that.
think he had a couple matches like 2 months ago, but yeah, he's on the main roster again.
What the? what do you mean? Once again, just sweeping things under the rug. Like,
It's a WWE way, man. They sweep things under the rug and hope you forget about it.
what do you mean? I don't. How do you?
I just assume their fans don't pay attention because they put so much damn programming out every week. Slip under the rug. They'll never catch on.
I think Vince McMahon weighed up the wild card rule on the fly in the ring that day.
Yeah, man. Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe, man, they seem like almost too big for this tournament. Like
They're both in it.
Yeah, they're both in it, man.
That's unnecessary.
Even the Miz, man. The Miz is in it, and even who else is in it? Drew McIntyre, man.
Drew McIntyre's in it. He might win.
These
I'm
would be
just thinking of the
tough
people
eliminations.
that I would pick WWE to push, specifically whoever makes the final call. And if it's Vince, I don't know. I could just see him putting Drew. I was going to call him Galloway, Drew McIntyre, as his guy because he's been doing a lot of like losing. I think he beat Cedric Alexander on Monday, or they might have had a double count. I don't remember. They fought though. I know that.
I think they I don't know how that match ended. I think no, Drew McIntyre won with a Claymore. Oh, he did. It was a really good match, actually. Now I think about it, yeah, you should go back or anyone who didn't watch it should go back and watch it. It was a really good Claymore at the end too.
Yeah, you're right. He did win. What else happened this week on Raw and SmackDown? Well, we can't forget about the boss. She's back.
Yeah, man.
That was huge.
That was huge, man. That was a huge pop, man. That was a good save, and that's I guess to answer our question. Sasha Banks is not going to AEW. She's not writing out her WWE contract. She's back, and she's looks like right in the title picture.
So what if she was mad, right? But she was also injured. I don't know if she was injured. I know she gets hurt a lot. This is a theory for me that maybe she was just hurt, so she had to take time off to heal, and they just played up the anger.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know why they would do that, but maybe they did. Just played up the anger and played up her like maybe leaving, or was she really angry and they really just groveled until she came back, and they're like, "Look, you come back, we'll push you to the moon." Because her first night back, she beats up Natty. They run that as an injury storyline, and she's already in the title picture, like, which I think is cool because I was like half asleep, and then I
Mm-hmm.
woke up, and then I think I watched it the next day. I still want to go back and actually watch it because I was like dozing both times. But like she comes out with the purple hair, and I
Yeah,
was like,
she
her
rips
hair
off
looks.
her wig, man.
Yeah, I was like, her hair looks kind of funny right now. It doesn't.
How'd you even notice that, man?
It's a black people thing.
Okay, man. That's the answer I needed.
Yeah, because I mean, you got to remember, like, I fell asleep watching it, and I want to say I didn't even catch on when I went on cage side and saw like I saw raw reactions, and I
Hmm.
saw Sasha on the little image, and I was like, oh, she must be back. And then I watched it, and she had it on, and she hugged Natty, and she boom, and she took it off, and I was like, oh, she came back with the blue hair for Nipsey or whatever she came back with blue hair for. And I just thought that was cool. You know, it's like shedding that old purple hair image, and she hasn't even spoken yet. You know, so I'm excited for that for the women's division. Not that it wasn't already awesome, but this just makes it better because you have this angry wrestler that you can play off of, and you know
Hmm.
she's a good heel. So we haven't seen her be a heel since Bad, which was a terrible angle.
That's crazy. I heard that. I read that stat too, man. I was like, really? She hasn't been the heel that whole time on the main roster, and she's such a good heel. That's crazy. It's
No,
insane to me.
so you know this is awesome, dude. Like her versus because Lynch is like I like Lynch and all. Like Anthony got us on Becky Lynch, but you know
Hmm.
she talks a lot of smack and she always wins. So it's like why not have somebody come put her in her place? I mean she's been the champ for what 4 or 5 months now since April or longer,
Yeah. No,
right?
man. Yeah, she won the title from. Did she? I think she. I forgot what happened, man. Did she drop the title because she broke her nose, or she
She
hurt her
broke her
leg or
nose, so she
something?
dropped whatever title she had, and then she somehow was able to hoax whichever woman wasn't in her title match into a title match, and then unified the titles or won them both, and then lost one the next pay per view. So
Yeah, man. That's crazy. Yeah, she's. I mean, yeah, because last year this time is when she lost to Charlotte Flair in the triple threat match at SummerSlam, and she turned on Charlotte Flair. So it started the whole man movement 1 year ago. So now we're 1 year later, and now she's on top of the game. And yeah, it probably is probably time to have Sasha take it from her.
yeah, why not? Sasha's got its tremendous pedigree, 3-time women's Raw women's champion. I want to say. Um, or you know, there's so many things that can happen now that she's back. You know, we can do that. You know, and then we can still see a 4 horsewoman feud someday. Maybe, maybe not, because I don't really want Sasha to be a face anytime soon. I think she should stay a heel. I think that'll be good for her character. It's a refresher, just like the Fiend is an awesome new character. Like I like it. I'm really excited for it. It's making me want to watch the women, which I already did, but now you have like this BA heel from LA or wherever she's from. Her cousin is Snoop.
Her
So
cousin is Snoop. I think she's actually from Boston.
fair enough. You're right. She is from Boston. And she
It's
probably likes
cool.
the Patriots, and that's fine. Whatever.
Patriots got Nikhil Harry now, so like I like him now.
Yeah, that's. I hope he balls out. I haven't heard much about him in camp, but you know,
Neither
whatever.
way. It's cool. Um, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross beat the Kabuki Warriors for the defend their title. So Alexa Bliss and you should be happy, man. You like Alexa Bliss. I don't know your feelings on Nikki Cross, but women's tag division on the come up.
Yeah.
You don't like this Bliss Cross storyline. It's gone on too long, you say?
No, no,
No.
it's fine. I mean, you know, Alexa. We know Alexa. Alexa's a heel. She's always out for Alexa. But that's the way it's supposed to go, right? In the heel, you always look out for yourself. She's kind of like a who could I compare her to? Her and MJF could be best friends.
That's a crossover I never thought of. Think
Big
of.
time.
Or
They could be best friends, right? Like you don't know if MJF is going to show up in Rhodes' corner and double cross him and start a stable with Spears. You don't know if Alexa Bliss would, you know, sacrifice her women's tag titles for the Raw women's title or the SmackDown Live title. You don't know if those two are really friends. I mean, are they probably friends off camera? I'm sure. I'm sure they're acquaintances. They could just work together. You know, Billy Gunn and Road Dogg Jesse James did not like Triple H for a small time period, and they buried him in a few interviews. So who knows? But I don't mind them as the champs. I mean, it only sucks because you know Bailey and Sasha lobbied for these titles. They get the
mm-hmm.
titles, which was cool. You could have done a lot with it, but I don't think Vince was prepared for this division. So he threw some teams together. You know, he threw the Iconics together, but the Iconics just never really got that big defense. They were just kind of like the comedic bit.
Yeah, man, they could be a bit went on too long. They're really good characters and they're really good heels, but they still need work in the ring, which I think even I don't know if they would admit to, but they can't have awesome matches with Kairi Sane and Asuka or Banks and Bailey.
No,
they can't.
I don't know what's gonna happen with the Kabuki Warriors now. I mean, Paige just went in for like another neck surgery or something.
That's crazy.
So I guess she won't be on TV for a while. So what if the Kabuki Warriors now? What does that mean? Are they just going to fend for themselves? Are we going to get tag title matches out of this division? Like, what's going on? You know. But I feel like they had another title defense on Monday or Tuesday, right?
Yeah, it was the Monday I was just talking about.
Okay, so they defended the titles on the pre-show.
Yeah, they beat the Iconics on the pre-show and they beat the Kabuki Warriors on Monday night.
Okay, well, hey, that's good for that division. I don't know who else is in it. But...
Exactly. Fire and Desire.
Oh, yeah, Fire and Desire. I remember that time Fire was penciled in, or is that Desire? I don't know which one's which.
I don't know either.
Who was penciled in to be
the next big thing? I think Lacey Evans took that spot or something.
She did, and then I thought Mandy Rose might be the push on the SmackDown brand, but now, you know, she's hanging out with Desire or Fire, or I cannot think of the other girl's name right now.
Sonya Deville.
Yeah, so they're doing like a story arc. Well, they're not doing it. They're just best friends right now. But I can see them doing a story arc of euphoric proportions in the future. You heard it here first, folks.
I wouldn't mind that, man, because they're getting better. They're a team that like they sat back in the weeds, man, in the bushes and got better, and they've gotten better and better. And they're good in the ring. They could have a good match with any women's team right now.
Yeah, and then they could tell like a cool love story on the side. It'd be great. I love it.
You really want Mandy Rose in a love story?
Yeah, why not? They said they were open to it. It's 2019, man. Who cares?
Man, Vince McMahon might do that on Fox, or Paul Heyman might like that on Fox. So yeah, it might say that to October.
So is Paul Heyman writing for SmackDown too, or just Raw? Because
that's the rumor I heard, man. Not the I don't know if it was in the Cage Side offices or on Twitter or on Reddit or somewhere. That they're saying that that Paul Heyman's now having an influence on SmackDown too, and
he should, because he's helping Raw, and SmackDown was just drowning in its own woo and making up like, because I mean I'm sorry, like 3 years
drowning
ago,
its own woo. Come on, I like SmackDown. I always like SmackDown better than Raw.
I don't like it right now. Who beat up Roman Reigns for crying out loud?
I like that storyline. No, you don't like that story. Where's Anthony? We need a third party.
I don't know who it is. I have no idea.
They're teasing it, man. They're making it like a month-long thing, man. They're not rushing into something like not rushing into making it Rowan, not rushing in to make it Buddy Murphy or Samoa Joe. They're kind of leaving some mystery to it, man. They're actually trying, I think.
Do you think that it's anyone that's involved in the storyline currently, or do you think they even know who they want it to be yet?
I was afraid they're going to take the easy way out and just make it Daniel Bryan, but if they do a twist on it and make it like Harper or a call-up or someone out of left field, I'd appreciate that.
Did you say Harper?
Someone said Harper. I don't know someone, like, again, I don't know where I read this stuff, but it's like in the comment section. Cool. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Decided to be like, hey, if I'm going to be here, I might as well work.
Mm-hmm.
Or a call-up would be cool too. Adam Cole. I don't know.
Damn, that'd be sick, man.
Or Johnny Gargano, even though Gargano.
Someone said that, man, on Twitter. I think someone said Gargano was the attacker, which would be crazy.
Okay, so I just
didn't he attack Aleister Black in the parking lot, or was that someone else?
He did. That was NXT where he did that.
Oh man. Yeah, that was a good storyline too, man.
And I like Aleister Black's character right now. I like.
No, man, I don't like it, dude. Again, we need Anthony. We need the.
I like Aleister Black talking about knock.
He's not talking about. He sounds like an idiot, man. They're rooting him, man.
Of course they are. That's what makes it great.
You sound like McMahon right now. That's good stuff.
They're
rooting him. That's good stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know who wrote those lines for him, But the knocking thing is cool. He probably shouldn't be talking as much, but they
Yeah,
made him
that's
start
what
talking more.
they're hanging him out to dry, man. He should not be talking so much. He should be actioning and like kicking ass in the ring, dude.
Well, didn't he just take out Sami Zayn? Yeah, they
Cesaro.
jumped.
Oh,
So
Cesaro.
Heyman must have jumped in right around there, and they're like, no, 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 no. We're not gonna have Sami Zayn versus Aleister Black at SummerSlam. We're just gonna put it on SmackDown or whichever show it was on. I don't know. Who knows? It's all blended together. So like, he comes out of the he comes out from his like mystical underneath place, and he's like, we're gonna have this match right now because you knocked, and then he kicks his head off, and then he wins. No, you don't
Man,
like
Sami
it?
Zayn's getting buried. He lost to Samoa Joe really quick and lost Black really quick.
I don't know why Sami Zayn's getting buried. He's still over as a heel, even I believe.
Send him back down to NXT for a feud.
Why would you send him back to NXT? You got Breezango down there.
I don't know. Wait, what was your question?
You're not all in on the knock.
I'm not, man. I like him. I love his music. I love his look. I love him in the ring. But they gotta get him in a better story. They gotta do something.
You don't want anyone else knocking on his door, then.
No, man. Just get rid of it, dude. Just go move on to something else, man. It's not working. He's drowning out there.
Well, what if he wins the Intercontinental Championship by making people knock?
A feud of Nakamura?
Yeah.
That'd be cool, man. Because Nakamura hasn't been on TV for seems like 2 or 3 weeks.
I don't even think he had a title match.
He didn't, man. He didn't have anything at SummerSlam.
Where was he? Was he even there?
I don't know, man. I don't got any Nakamura jokes, really.
That's terrible. You're the Intercontinental Champion. That's a prestigious title. Mr. Perfect held that title one time. So did Rick Rude.
The Ultimate Warrior, man. Yep, good times.
And the Honky Tonk Man. And Jeff Jarrett. Okay, I'm done. What else happened on SmackDown? Did Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton further their storyline? Because I don't remember.
That was the main event. Yeah, it was the New Day versus Randy Orton in the Revival in a 6-man match.
The Revival won.
Yeah, they did. They won. They hit a shatter machine on, totally reading from KJC live blog right here, but they hit a shatter machine on Xavier Woods. And then after the match, Randy Orton RKO'd every member of the New Day.
He RKO'd everyone. So that just furthered that storyline. So you disagree with that one too? I mean,
no, I like it, man. I think it's still got some heat into it, man. I don't know if they can carry it all the way to Hell in the Cell, but it's still good, man. It's still got that hate from Randy Orton.
Get the Randy Orton from like 2009 or right when we started watching again, when he was the big heel versus like Cena or The Miz or whatever he was doing. Mm-hmm. Maybe the Legacy Orton or the one that like.
I don't think he has it in him anymore, man. I don't think he's spinning so long, man.
If you can get close to that, not that, but just that character, that like sadisticness ish, that'll be good. That'll be good for Kofi, because if they put him over, which I'm assuming they would put him over, then that'd be a good storyline to add to his legacy, because he's having a pretty. I'm like up and down on this title run. Like when they went no contest, I was like, God. Jeez, they just keep making these gaps on his title run. Like when he didn't beat Ziggler clean, I pointed that out. Mm-hmm. When this happened, I was like, I don't agree with it. But if they're gonna drag it out to maybe just with a Clash of Champions and then maybe Hell in a Cell, that'll be fine. And then I don't know who they're penciling in to take the title off of Kofi Kingston when that happens, but whatever.
They got a lot of contenders, man. That Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, if he's even on SmackDown, I don't know what.
We don't know.
Yeah, whoever wins the King of the Ring. Yeah, Buddy Murphy versus Roman Reigns. Did you see any of that match?
I saw the highlight. It was a good match. I liked it.
It was a really good match, man. And then Buddy Murphy got beat up by Rowan and Daniel Bryan in the locker room.
Yeah, they are playing the story. See, so that was cool. Because it's like they're really playing it up. But I don't know, man. I don't like the characters involved, maybe.
You don't like Daniel Bryan? You don't like Roman Reigns? You don't like Buddy Murphy? I can see you not liking Rowan.
I like all of them but Rowan. I just don't like any of the people that could be the attacker right now. I want it to be someone else.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Okay. I think they're doing better. I think it started out funny because when they dropped the scaffolding on Roman Reigns looks really stupid.
Yeah.
The car crash was a little better, and I think they keep building momentum on this. They keep taking a step up every week, and I think this was the best week for it so far.
I just don't want them to take because Daniel Bryan's playing like this psychotic planet, whatever he is, spokesman for the planet, like, and they're just like yelling, "Buddy!" That was cool. Come on, buddy! You gotta say your parents need your vitamins, buddy. I'm like, oh my God. Why are you tormenting this guy?
Yeah, make you feel bad for Buddy Murphy, man. That was kind of wild.
Right, and he's being forced to lie like every week because you don't know what to believe because apparently Roman Reigns forced him to say it was Rowan, and then he got beat up on the pre-show, and then he got beat up on Tuesday, and he was like, "Oh no, it wasn't Rowan." So you're like, "Well, who was it then?" Like, what? It doesn't make any sense. Was it Samoa Joe? It could still be Samoa Joe.
Yeah, now he's a heel again, man. But I don't know why would he. But how could he? Samoa Joe was there when the car got crashed into him, though. So how could he? It would have to be someone else with
Maybe
Samoa
they're
Joe.
forming a stable.
A stud stable, if you will.
Yeah, some sort of a stable of attackers. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that however it does play out, it'll be cool. It's cool that they haven't just thrown Roman Reigns back into any major title picture, and they're having them kind of fight his way back, and they're doing this like mystery attacker thing, which they've done mystery attackers before. They did it way back when Triple H turned on Shawn Michaels. So it could
Oh
be good.
gosh, oh yeah.
And that was a good storyline. I think Shawn Michaels won the world title in that storyline.
What about when Rikishi ran over Stone Cold? He did it for The Rock.
Wait, what?
I think that's when we stopped watching, man, because Rikishi got a singles push, and
Rikishi got a singles push?
It's true, man. He fought someone in a Hell in a Cell, and he got thrown off the top of the cell. Rikishi,
That's
yes.
Right. He ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin for The Rock?
Yeah, that's his famous line. He said, "I did it for The Rock." Like, everyone was like, "What the hell? What's wrong with you, you weirdo?"
I did it for The Rock. Well, they're cousins, or uncle. That's his uncle.
I think so, man. I don't know how it relates around. Yeah, they're somehow cousins.
The Usos are The Rock's. No, the Usos are Roman Reigns' cousins. I don't know. It's very confusing.
Some kind of nephew, man. Actually, on Wikipedia, they have like a whole family tree you can look up anytime you want. And then you should Google that or YouTube that Rikishi.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to YouTube that immediately after this. What do I YouTube? Rikishi admits why he beat up Stone Cold? What
just put Rikishi, and then I did it for The Rock. I bet a bunch of videos will pop up. It'll be funny. It'll be fine family entertainment. Speaking of family entertainment, we got like 5 to 7 minutes left in the show. NXT TakeOver, do you get to watch all 5 matches?
Okay, so this is what happened. I watched 4 out of 5 matches.
Which one did you sleep on?
I'm not going to answer that.
One of the women's matches.
I watched that.
Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae was the best match on the card, everyone's saying.
Sure, because Io Shirai has gone into descent into darkness, and she doesn't need anyone anymore. She's converted into like this all black wearing, evil, non-English speaking Io Shirai, which is great. Candice LeRae is like kind of like her husband, like not backing down from her demons, and she lost, so it's cool.
You seen the Street Profits versus the Undisputed Era?
Yes, I did.
Street Profits had Toronto Raptors gear.
Yes, they did, and I thought that they were going to win. And by they, I mean the Undisputed Era, but they did. But there's some controversy because they pinned the wrong guy, so
It's true, man. Yeah, they said some tag guys. I'll probably get a rematch, I assume.
Yeah, because the Undisputed Era is supposed to be dripped in gold, and right now only one of them has gold. So
I think the next.
Yes, I watched Roddy Strong versus the Bruiserweight versus
Velveteen.
Velveteen had a cool entrance.
Man, he had like the Toronto Raptors dance team with him.
He had them. He had something before that, another song.
No, he had the Mountie
he had
song.
The
Why would he do that, man? That's great. That's a great callback.
He's very creative.
He is, man. He's running wild, man. Kid's hot.
Yeah, so he got his big push. He's over. He won. I didn't sleep on Adam Cole versus. That was a match I didn't really pay attention to. Isn't that terrible?
That was the best match, but it was 46 minutes.
It was an hour.
It's probably an hour in real time, yeah, from like intros.
So long.
It went too long, man. I agree. That's what everyone else is saying too. I liked it.
People didn't even come out and name the stipulation. They just lowered a large cage over the ring with weapons and barbed wire surrounding it. What kind of match is this? This is a back alley London street brawler. They didn't even say. No one knew.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
There was a big. So this is how much because I mean, when I came home at like 3 a.m. from my job of top flight security, which I'm leaving that job.
You're leaving the job for the world of realty?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay in that restaurant hustle and the realty. Call me Heyman Hustle, if you will. It's not security. I don't like babysitting drunk people. All right, there I said it.
True, man.
It's so annoying, especially when they are drunk.
They try to hit you with a bottle while you're not looking.
No one's done that yet, but they're just really annoying, man. It's really a terrible. When you get sucked into that lifestyle, you become part of the lifestyle, and then you're just like, why am I here? This is making me not even want to drink on my own anymore. Jesus Louise. But no, I watched it. Like I was just, you gotta like, I get off so late, so like I try to watch these shows and I'll fall asleep and I'll wake up. Um, the first fall of that match was good. That was long, I feel like, because it was a 46-minute match. You said,
Yeah, the first fall was really long. I think Gargano got himself disqualified or something in the first
he
fall.
did. He hit him with the chair because that was just like a normal match. So he got the first fall. Cole did. Then the second one was the street fight. They beat the bloody H double hockey sticks out of each other, and then like he got him in the Gargano escape after he did like some spot, tapped him out, and then they lowered that that structure, and they started beating each other up. They had, and this is how I know I was asleep because I thought Cole suplexed him off of it, but apparently they just dove off the top of it through a table, and then Cole gets the 1, 2, 3. But I guess what was cool is that Gargano got like a curtain call after. I don't know if you saw that, but that's what happened. Steven Regal did a curtain call, but Triple H said that doesn't mean Gargano's getting called up, so we'll see what that means. We'll see what all pans out from there. But yeah, I would say, I guess yeah, Ilo Shirai and Candice LeRae were probably the match of the night. That was very entertaining because you got to remember 2 out of 3 falls was like really long, and it wasn't. I don't know. I've seen them have better matches.
Oh, definitely, yeah. There've been better takeovers for sure. I still liked it, but it wasn't on their like very high standard they set for themselves.
But Baszler versus the Blasian Batty was good also.
Mia
But I kind
Yim.
of yeah, I knew Baszler would win though. I feel like they're just building her to be one of the ultimate women in that roster. Like I just didn't see Mia Yim taking the title off of her. Not
I don't
yet.
see it either. Not yet either. I think she might be pulling Asuka and just drop the title and then go to the main roster.
That would
Just
make
like,
sense.
just
If the
like give
four
it up.
horsewomen show up, let Sasha Banks have a nice long steady heel run, and then they could all be in the ring one day. Bayley, Charlotte, Sasha, and Becky having an argument about which of the four of them is the GOAT. And then boom, the horsewomen show up. But I don't remember who's all in that group. I feel like
Uh,
one person.
Baszler, Shafir, Duke, and Ronda Rousey.
That would be the perfect storyline for say WrestleMania.
Man, would they do it, man? If they could pull that off, I would. I guess I'd have to start it like probably in January, maybe around the Rumble or something like that. But yeah, I would like that'd
I
be
think
dope.
they'd have to do like some sort of a segment. They
Mm-hmm.
could do whatever they wanted. They could have none of them wrestling on a card, or they could just do it on a Raw after they all wrestled each other. And two of them have the title. This is obviously the women of the wrestling, and
Mm-hmm.
they're all arguing in the ring about which one's the coolest. And then boom, they come out. Or they could have like a fatal 4-way to unify the titles, and then boom, they get attacked by the four horsemen of UFC. It'd be great.
That
I
would
don't know.
be great, man. I don't know what made me think of that, but do you have Netflix?
I do.
Do you watch Glow?
Nah, man, it's on my to watch list. Is it worth it?
It is, man. We just started watching it last week. It's totally slept on Euphoria, which I wasn't supposed to do, but it's in favor of
Ah,
Glow. And Glow, man, because Glow's a half hour, man, so that's why I like it.
it's
It's
only a
short.
30-minute show.
Yeah, man, it's really good, man. And they
It's
have
not an hour.
it is not, man. So that's why it's easier to binge. I think there's only 10 episodes
Okay.
per season too,
Okay.
and there's
Well,
three
I'm gonna watch it.
seasons. Yeah, man, I'd recommend it, man. There's who's in it? Awesome Kong's in it. Chavo Guerrero's in it.
Pablo Guerrero,
Johnny Impact.
Johnny Impact.
Yeah, there's like some cameos from wrestling people in there now
This
and
is all
again.
the way back to season one. There's only 30-minute episodes.
Correct.
Wow. Well, I'm watching Ballers right now, which is also 30-minute episodes. Shut up, The
Uh,
Rock.
uh, are you up to date on Ballers? Like when they're
Not even close. I'm in
okay.
season. I'm at the end of season one.
I will
But
not
I
spoil
can I
anything
can
for you.
mix some glow in there because I finished Euphoria. So
Yeah, man, you got the open slot.
I've been meaning to watch Glow. I think I started it, and I have like TV ADD. Like I'll be watching the show, and I'll be like, "Man, I don't want to watch this. Let me go put on something else. Man, I don't want to watch that. Man, I'm just gonna watch old episodes of South Park."
Old episodes of South Park, Family Guy, Chappelle
yeah,
Show, Key and
yeah,
Peele.
shows I've watched numerous times that I don't need to watch anymore. I'm gonna watch Glow. I'm gonna whenever we get off here, I'm gonna look up I did it for The Rock, and then I'm gonna probably watch the first episode or two of Glow, and then sneak in some Ballers because I want to get to the season finale so I can get to Terrell Suggs on that show. Oops, spoiler alert. Sorry, guys. So yeah.
T-Sizzle. All right, man. Man, we covered everything from SummerSlam weekend and AEW added in there for extra spice.
Yeah, Drew Gulak is still your Cruiserweight champion. That's all I have for you from 205 Live. The breakout tournament ended with Something Miles beating the artist formerly known as Trevor Lee. His name is Crimson Grimes or Grimy Crimson, or let me see here. That's not his name. His name is Fiddle Faddle. Hold on, it's right here.
Fiddle Faddle.
It's NXT Takeover, no title changes.
Jordan Miles.
Yeah, Jordan Miles defeated Cameron Grimes, the artist formerly known as Trevor Lee. And that breakout tournament had a couple of. They had the guy formerly known as DJZ. His name's like Joe Queen Wild now.
Oh wow!
And then the Lucha House Party is probably going to break up soon. I think Tigre Uno or El Dorado or whatever his name is, he's going to leave.
He's called him El Luchador.
Well, they're telling this story arc. They have this other guy named like Humberto Garza or something who's like in it, and Grand Metalik got attacked by somebody.
Another attack storyline.
Yeah,
the 205 universe.
So they subbed in the other guy whose name I can't remember. He kind of looks like Alberto Del Rio's special guest ring announcer, but much more fit and much more
Ricardo Rodriguez.
So 205 Live is holding it down. Jack Gallagher lost to Akira Tozawa. Apparently, Jack Gallagher hasn't had a cruiserweight title match in 3 years. I didn't even know it's been 3 years since he's been on TV.
Didn't know 205 Live's been on TV for that long.
Well, I think that was before. That was like when they were doing the cruiserweights and turning the ring road purple on Raw.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that era.
Yeah, you hated that era. So
I did, man.
Yeah, so yeah, that's it. That's it. Let's just stay tuned for what's going to happen in now the build to Clash of Champions. I think the King of the Ring tournament will start like next week, probably, right?
I think it starts on Monday and Tuesday.
Okay, that's cool.
I'll give us some hype.
We'll see Baron Corbin hopefully lose. Hopefully he doesn't make it past the first round, but he probably will.
Do you remember the last King of the Ring winner?
Hold on, this is a trivia question. King Booker!
Is that your final answer, sir?
Yes.
King Barrett.
That's it. Yeah, that was it. It was King Booker.
No, King Wade Barrett. You're sleeping on him.
Oh, that's right.
You have some decorum here?
I completely forgot that okay, my bad.
That's how bad the last King of the Ring tournament was. They just did it on the WWE Network or something. It was horrible.
I thought they did it on Raw.
Did they do it on Raw? I think they might have done the finals on the network or something. I don't know, man. It was disappointing.
They didn't have the match on. You're right. It was on the network.
Yeah, it was just...
King Barrett. Yeah, and then he was Bad News Barrett after that, right?
Yeah, he had a gavel.
Wow, Wade Barrett's been out of WWE for like 3 or 4 years now.
Wow, the last King of the Ring was 2015.
That was in 2015.
He beat Neville for the King of the Ring title.
He beat Pac?
Yeah, good old Pac, yeah.
That's so crazy. Look at how much WWE has changed since then. That was back in the days of like, no, the Shield was already disintegrated by then, I believe. But still, like, they were all there. Neville was there. I think Austin Aries was there around that time.
Stardust was in the tournament. Stardust. He lost to R-Truth in the first round.
He lost to R-Truth?
In the first round, yeah.
Was that R-Truth in the Jimmy era?
It might be, yeah. It might have been Lil Jimmy might have tripped him up or something.
Wow. Look at that, man. Look how far these guys have come.
Seriously, man. Look at them. A lot can happen in 4 years, man.
I want to say Hideo Itami had just got to NXT around 2015 and like tore up his labrum. It was put on. And today, he's the newest standing member of the Bullet Club.
We end on the Bullet Club. That's crazy, man. Good for him. Kentai or whatever.
Kenta. Yeah, I thought it was. I saw. Did you watch the little Twitter? Did you post that or did someone else post it?
Someone else posted, man. I wasn't working that day. But, Matt, yeah, that's cool, man. I saw I don't even see I just saw that picture. It looked pretty cool. I was like, wow, man. Hey, good for Tamatonga and him.
Yeah, man.
True.
Bullet Club lives on forever, dude. It's a forever thing. So this is like, I guess, stage 6. I guess Tamatonga's the leader now.
Mm-hmm.
Him and I don't want to say Juice Robinson. There's another guy in NJPW. I just can't think of his name.
Jay White. Is Jay White still in it?
I think it's him. I think that's who it is.
That's crazy, man. All right, well, leaving the Bullet Club. Thank you for all. Thank everyone for listening. Thanks for everyone who's listening on YouTube, on Cage Seats, on Twitter, and on Facebook. And iTunes will catch up with you sometime soon, whenever the producer gets back from his missions of finding scoops. Theron, any last words?
For shizzle.
I don't know. That felt like a Chappelle Show reference, but
Chappelle Show reference is from the racial draft.
I thought it was the wife swap one where the
no, it was the racial draft when I think the whites I don't remember who, but they drafted Tiger Woods.
Drafted Tiger Woods. Oh my gosh. I think speaking of Chappelle, damn, where's the show?
Yeah,
I think she's coming out.
Got a new stand-up coming out.
Thank you, on Netflix, right? Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, you can go look up the trailer. It's on YouTube. It's Morgan Freeman. He's married.
Oh wow, man!
Really
I'm hyped.
Funny too.
I'm hyped. I'm almost as hyped as the elbow dropping your friends, people. We'll see you next week or on the flip side.